Previously on Of Swords and Spurs.
Ooh, what happened in Silva?
Killer Clark and the Coyote crew. Reward is 1,000 gold in total. You find a large 2-story building. It says on the top, the Gilded Goat Inn. Housekeeping.
No, thank you. I'd like to start pouring oil all in my room.
Mr. Henderson, what are you doing right now?
Cover our tracks.
We see an establishing shot of the town rushing as the inn catches fire. How do you kill Killer Clark?
Silently lets off that last bullet through the back of his head.
What'll you misfits be remembered for?
The Birch Brothers, a notorious duo of bounty hunters. I'm afraid you got something that's ours by right. That was meant to be our bounty, you see.
Why don't y'all go pluck yourselves? And I'm gonna take that old Killer Clark shotgun and I'm gonna put it right in his face.
I would like to use Performance of Creation, a ball and chain on the Aarakocra that is flying, and RKO.
42 points of bludgeoning damage! Finn, you have lived most of your life kind of like on the run. You've lived by your code, you've lived by your principles, and there's one thought that has rarely struck your mind. Death. You notice a rusted pocket watch. There's an engraving that just says, "Time waits for no man." Finn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
That's gonna be a 19.
With a 19, fails.
Whoa, what?
You hear one solitary cough, and Finn collapses to the floor behind you.
Of swords and spurs, where the sand is dry and the sun's a curse. Things are only getting worse in the land of swords and spurs. Dust fangs and roving gangs, it's dangerous to cut your bangs, 'cause bangs out west mean bullets on the way. Against goblins, curs, and carnivores, these shooters don't use silencers, 'cause graves ain't silent when the monsters play. They tear up the rules they write, they punctuate with dynamite. They're swordy and they're spurry, getting hairy, better hurry in a flurry. Our swords and spurs.
Episode 9. Y'all come back now. So you are currently in this road that winds between these open canyon walls that tower above you. Numerous dead chicken men and Aarakocra lie around you, covered in bullet wounds, including one of the Birch Brothers whose head has been turned into a work of modern art.
They're beautiful.
Can we loot them?
Absolutely. Who wants to loot who first? You got 10 henchmen and the 2 brothers.
I say we loot whatever coin we can find and split it amongst each other.
I'll loot the brother I RKO'd.
I think that's very well deserved.
Did we decide we were gonna postcard and long rest and then go in start into this, JT, or no?
So the thing with long resting is that you guys can long rest, but you need food and you need access to a bedroll.
We got Mr. Henderson and we got a bunch of chicken men, so I think we got plenty of food.
What?
I mean, they are made out of chicken.
Yeah, I was gonna say, technically
okay.
he's not wrong.
Oh, I got so confused. I thought you were including him in the list of potential meals.
No. And I have a bedroll on my horse. I'm just throwing it out there. I got it on my horse. So
I just realized I don't have one.
Everybody will have one back at your gang's camp, but I don't know if you have an extra one on you.
How far is our camp from where we currently are?
It would be closer to Bonewater Gulch than to where you currently are stationed, but you'd also have to find somewhere to sleep in Bonewater too, since you guys kind of burned down the one
right.
resting place.
We could take somebody's house.
No, we have to go back there at some point anyway. But if we just go to our camp where we don't really know if anything's safe there either, so.
Perhaps the sheriff will give us a place to sleep for all of our good deeds.
We did handle Killer Clark and his gang for him, so.
This will buy some land.
yeah, so we can just collect all the loot and head back to Bonewater Gulch.
Also, Savannah, I hope you don't mind, but I went to your character sheet and I just added the basic ranger equipment to your character, so you should have a little bit more in your inventory now. I hope that's okay.
It's about damn time, honestly.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, I have clothes now. I like to think I've just kind of been running around naked this whole time, jowls flapping in the wind.
You guys will never guess what was in my pouch.
Where did I keep the pouch?
We could short rest.
They ain't
Agreed.
gonna get me none of my spell slots back.
And give you some HP back though.
That's true.
All right, let's short rest and then we can hit the loot real quick.
Guys, kind of take a minute to catch your breath.
I need to find a healer's kit because I have a feature where I can heal everybody.
I have a healer's kit.
Oh, well, I'm a battle medic. I can use the kit to, boost everybody's health. All it does is add 2 to your hit die.
Well, I also have one, so I wasn't, and have battle medic, so I wasn't sure if we could double up on that or if it's like,
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay.
so everyone needs to add 4 HP, right? Because me and Mr. Henderson's battle medic adds 4.
I
Yeah.
believe, yes.
Well, I'm max health anyway.
Well, I really needed that though. Make sure we heal Frank up too, even though he doesn't have really. The 4 probably puts him to full health.
Actually, no, it'll put him close to full health, but not quite there. Sebastian and Mr. Henderson are going around tending to wounds. The blazing heat from the sun causes sweat to drip into your eyes, and you're using pieces of cloth and bandages to administer to open gunshot wounds. 1 or 2 of you has a couple of feathers in your tunics. You're not quite sure how that happened. I believe Silas has a bit of bird brain that he's literally picking out of his hair. And as you kind of take some time to catch your breath and rest up, you guys can go ahead and take the loot from these men. So, Mr. Henderson, you said that you wanted the brother that you RKO'd?
Yes.
Okay, so you kind of search his pockets, digging through his coat. You find 20 copper pieces, and I'm very skeptical to give you this next item, but I feel like you've kind of earned it. You also find a bottle of Phineas V. Scamper's snake oil.
Is that an item I can add to my inventory, or is that going to be custom?
Custom item. Whenever you take that, it does 1 wild surge effect.
Okay, 1 wild surge effect. I'm
Ooh,
just gonna
shit.
make a custom item.
You do not get to choose the wild surge. It is randomly rolled from a table.
Got you.
Who wants to loot the brother opposite that one, who is basically just a torso, legs, and arms, and then Jackson Pollock painting of a head?
I just want to point out I'm scrounging around for any booze, so that's all Silas wants.
Perfect. Then I know which one to give you.
I'll loot them.
You find 15 copper pieces and a paper map that shows property lines of 3 different ranches.
When I look over this map, is there any notes on it that would get say if these ranches are like targets or something, or like possible like information about them?
Sure. So you're looking on this coarse yellowed parchment, creased from being folded into a pocket. There is one that says Coyote Ridge Ranch. It's the northernmost property. The notes that are scrabbled on it say best grazing land, 10 plus heads of cattle, and in parentheses it says easy pickings. Hired hands, lightly armed, 3 to 4 men. Main house is fortified, stockade with decent supplies. Second one's called Silver Spur Homestead. Owner friendly with Orem Dominion, in parentheses it says caution. Horses are bred here, but valuable stallions. Barn reinforced, rumors of hidden strongbox inside, small icon of a star scrawled beside the ranch. And then there's Dust Pine Acres, which says abandoned ? Check for any squatters. Cabin near creek is burned out, possibly raiders. Old mine entrance, potential hideout. Reports of strange howling at night, and the land is still fertile. Dominion is interested in purchasing.
So I know a target already. The second one, they're friendly with the Aurora Dominion.
Orem Dominion, yes.
Yeah, okay. So I know next target. I look at everybody else. I'm like, well, they had this here map right here where they marked a few ranches and did these notes and stuff. And I mean, I can't really make Sebastian. You're better at reading than I am. Can you make sense of this?
Sebastian takes the paper and is kind of like turning his head a little bit to kind of see, because if it's the brothers that were scribbling on it, he knows the handwriting's bad.
Oh, for certain, yeah.
Chicken scratch.
Let's get down. You beat me
Yeah.
to it.
Chicken scratch for sure. So he's like trying to make sure the words are what they mean. Is this going to give us any more information, or is it just a generic map with a little bit of notes, nothing else to really...
Go ahead and make an investigation roll for me. A 10 will actually do it.
Okay.
There's no more information that can be gleaned from this piece of parchment. Very simple. The words are very basic, and you really kind of have to stretch your eyes thin to kind of make out certain like vowels. But you're able to deduce that this is just a very crude drawing of a map that they kind of like. Maybe the explanations made sense to them when they were writing it, but not to somebody who's coming in and just picking it up.
So he's kind of like looking at it and he's like, well, I think you've pretty much gathered all the information that we can get from this piece of paper. It's something we definitely want to consider after we turn in all the goblin heads and potentially check on our camp. Are any of these places close to the camp? Can we tell from the map if we go that direction, we'll kind of go near it?
Yeah, so that one is actually not too far away from where your camp is stationed at. It wouldn't be a terribly long ride.
I just folded back up and like almost dismissively handed back to Finn, not to be a jerk, but just to be like, I don't want to hold this.
Take it.
Yeah. Like,
I take it back, and I'm just like, all right then, and I fold it and put it away. I'm like, well, I guess we're gonna get the goblin ears to get some gold before we go to our camp.
Yes, sir.
I already know your answer, Mr. Henderson. I ain't trying to get stabbed.
Who all here wants to loot the rest of the bodies? I know Silas is. I know which one he's looting. Who else wants to take a look?
I'll peer at any of them to see if they look like they have anything valuable.
Sure, roll a d8 for me. Sebastian, you find one who has on their person 2 gold pieces and brass knuckles, which deal 1d4 plus 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Silas, you find the guy who you stabbed with your rapier while you were riding on the horse. In his pockets are 9 gold pieces and a jug of moonshine.
A jug.
A jug. What's that the equivalent of how many potions of healing?
None. It is actually a potion of invulnerability.
Oh, okay.
All right, and that leaves us with 8 bodies left. Anybody else want to take a peek before we move on?
Just want to check for some gold.
Yeah, we'll just go through and check for coin. And
You find 26 silver, 37 copper, 7 gold pieces, and 14 electrum.
we'll start a college fund for Frank.
I'll just take 1 gold.
I'll take
I
one
don't care-
gold.
I don't care who gets 2.
I'll take the least of everybody. So what is that? 1 gold, 5 silver, and 7 copper.
7 copper, and then electrum. You said 14 electrum?
That's correct.
I don't want any of that counterfeit money.
We're looking at about roughly 3. It's like right under 3 per person. So I'll just say I take only 2. And then, whoever else can just have 3.
Silas will always take the lesser amount, so I'm good.
All right. I've added mine.
Wait, I was about to say, should we, there's not a bounty on these bounty hunter guys, is
I
there?
was just about to ask that.
I'm just trying to
dude.
think that. I'm like, do we take these guys in? I was like, I don't know.
We cut off the main 2's heads.
Okay, yeah, I would say just cut off their heads and let's bring them with us and we'll
All
burn
right.
the rest. Burn the rest of the bodies. Leave a little note that says, "Don't mess with the Dust Ball clan."
Oh my god.
Even you guys can't get your name right. I'm just imagining you guys with a chuck wagon full of severed heads going, bounties, get your bounties.
Well, I mean, we're not carrying them. Savannah has them all. We give them all to Savannah. She's carrying them all on her horse.
Yeah, I have all the ears though.
I put them in my pockets. Since I have clothes now.
Oh, thank God I have clothes. I can fit these heads in my pockets. Savannah, nice clothes. Thanks. They have pockets full of heads.
We should find out if there is a bounty before we start showing their heads off, or we might get charged with murder.
Absolutely.
You guys each kind of finish gathering what you need. You mount up on your horses. The orchestral score sweeps, and we do a little pan shot up of rising over the canyon walls, and we see the beautiful grayish sun high in the sky, and then we pan back down to the exterior of Bonewater Gulch. You guys are riding in a little formation with the severed head of Killer Clark bouncing off of Savannah's saddle like a little trophy. Walking through the main town street, you can see the charred remains of the Gilded Goat Inn. It is pathetic. It looks like a strong wind would probably blow the rest of it down into ashy dust, and it would disappear and forgotten by the sands of time. The two buildings flanking the inn have little scorch marks on their walls closest. The townsfolk are going about their day, and then they see you arrive, and a few people go, oh my god, and one person walks out the store, the little bell goes off, and he sees and goes, well, I'll be damned. One guy pops out of a barrel, the lid on his head, and he's like, they did it! And the townsfolk begin cheering you as you ride through heroically with this monster who has caused many, many lives. A great deal of trouble now is dead at your hands. You ride all the way to the edge of the lane where the sheriff's office is. Inside, there are two voices kind of going back and forth. One voice says, I don't know. It just don't make a lot of sense to me. And the other one goes, now, Sheriff, I don't think I'm asking you a whole lot here. I think I'm being very reasonable. Wait, what's that? And then we see the man walk up to the door and go, well, I'll be damned. The door to the sheriff's office swings open, and out steps two men. One, a turtle with a button-up blue striped shirt and slacks and little suspenders that connect to his pants. He stumbles out the door and has this big fucking smile on his face. The other man who walks behind him is your typical idea of a sheriff. And the turtle says, well, shoot me dead and call me Buster. How the hell did you do it? Sheriff, are you seeing this? They killed the people. They killed the beast. And the entire town is flooded with applause and people cheering for you all around you.
Sebastian would ride up and slowly get off his horse and kind of dust his pants off a little bit, and it's kind of motioning for Savannah to come over on her horse and all right, go ahead, and you're gonna have to give it up, Savannah. I'm sorry.
Okay, who wants some head?
Mr. Anderson's gonna take 1 point of cringe damage.
And he's dead. He's vulnerable to cringe. The sheriff walks up and just says, my God, I never thought I'd see this. And the turtle man goes, now see, Sheriff, what do I pay you for when we got these lovely folk who just come in and they're doing your job for you?
You're right, you should pay us.
Yeah, the man walks forward with this punchable smile on his face, and he says, Governor Gideon, it's such a pleasure to meet all of y'all. I am so honored that you have done us at all of the frontier such a big service by bringing down such a ferocious beast. And he puts his hand on Sebastian's shoulder and says, I'm willing to bet that y'all don't want to hear praise. Y'all want to hear coins jangling. Am I right?
Yes.
Sounds about right to me.
And whiskey pouring.
And a place to stay.
The man just laughs and he says, well, I think we can arrange that, can't we, Sheriff? He thumbs the sheriff on the shoulder really hard, and the sheriff just shoots him a glare. I tell y'all what, y'all get all nice and settled. You take some time, get something to drink at the bar. Tell the barkeep that drinks are on me, and we'll figure out something to get y'all a place to stay. Why don't y'all, when y'all had a second to lick your wounds, come see me in the town hall. I'll make sure you get paid. And he looks to Finn and says, maybe I'll, and he winks at you, have a little something extra for y'all, if you're interested.
As soon as that happens, Finn kind of adjusts himself on the wolf, and he's like, I don't know what you mean by that, partner, but alrighty. And then as soon as I hear the drinks are on him, I look over at Mr. Henderson. I'm like, please don't. Oh, I say this whispering, please don't burn another tavern down.
The last one wasn't a tavern, okay? It was a hotel, and I look around.
Look, now
I
you
look
get the
around,
drift.
and I was like, I didn't burn the hotel down loudly, so everybody.
Down.
I just facepalm.
Sebastian, just trying to deflect a little attention, peels the guy's hand off of him some and brushes his shoulder off and has said, "Do you want the ears as well?"
After you peel off his hand, he's doing like the little, like, he's got his arms like folded up, he's got his fists and balls, and he's doing like the little the happy march away. And he turns around and he takes a look at the giant sack on Mr. Henderson's back that's like dripping with blood, and he goes, "Is it? It's a net, right? Not a bag."
It's a net.
Okay, so looking through it, he's like, "No, I mean, that looks like 25 years to me." He looks at the sheriff and goes, "Sheriff, that looks like 25 years to you, don't it?" And the sheriff does not dignify that with a response either. And the man says, "No need to be dragging all that around. Y'all just throw it away in the bin somewhere. I don't really give a damn. We all
I
want
dump
no
it at my feet.
As soon as he sees you kind of drop it to the floor, he puts his hands on his hips and he laughs and he goes, "Somebody come clean that up." And I'll look forward to seeing all y'all. We'll discuss your payment in my office. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just get one more round of applause for the folk who have brought to our humble abode the head of the ferocious killer car. Ladies and gentlemen, what can we call y'all?
The Dust Fang Gang.
The
I say clearly and loudly. I say, we are the Dust Fang Gang.
The governor smiles and says, "Y'all hear that? The Dust Bunnies!" And they all start clapping and cheering, and they go, "Dust Bunnies! Dust Bunnies! Dust Bunnies!"
Close enough.
And the commotion, the man marches back to his office. The sheriff takes the head and just like doesn't know what to do with it, so he brings it inside his office and he slams the door behind him, and you can hear like a little lock engage, and you can see through the window he's trying to figure out how to mount the head on the wall. Now the townsfolk kind of after the cheering is done, they're all kind of like, "No," and they all just kind of go back to their daily lives.
I guess we're gonna go get a drink.
Let's go.
Do we remember who won that bet in the mine? Oh, no, that was gold. Never mind. I thought we made a bet on drinks and stuff like that.
Sebastian won.
I do hold a gold piece, though, so I slide a gold piece over.
Sebastian just tucks it neatly in his front pocket, hoping it will save me from a chest shot at some point.
You figured it out. You figured it out where my mind was going. Each of you guys triumphantly march back to the bar. Where were you keeping Frank? Was he in the bag with the ears?
I think he was just hanging out on my pony with me.
His ears stained with spit.
You know what? I think I'm going to put old Frank on a stool next to me at the bar. Give that guy a drink.
I was going to say, we're going to cut to the bar, and each of you guys are sitting side by side of the stools. Frank's hat barely kind of hovers above the bar because he's so short. Fende got you a little elevated, not like a booster seat, but something close for you to sit in, but Frank gets no such luxury. The bartender who you saw from the fight is kind of like polishing those classic glasses that you always see the bartender polishing, and they have never looked cleaner. He says, "All right, boys and girls, Mayor says you get one free drink on me, so make it a good one. What y'all want?"
Whiskey.
All right, easy there, easy. And
I need that 2D4.
pours a little glass of whiskey and he slides it towards you, and he looks at Finn and he goes, "What about you, partner? What am I getting you?"
Partner, I ain't really feeling too hot, so let me get some bit strong.
He says, "So a bit strong. Oh, okay. I got you. And he reaches behind him and he pulls out a bottle of absinthe, pours a glass for you, and slides it to you. Absinthe in this game is equivalent to a potion of mind reading. You can drink it now or keep it with you for later.
Oh, I'm already know a little bit something about that. This is how to detect thoughts. So I'm gonna go ahead and start drinking it and savor the taste. I take a sip real quick, slosh it around, get the burn, get the burn to numb my mouth, and I just start drinking it. And I just imagine like it slowly, gradually starts to like come to me like people's thoughts and all like surface thoughts around me.
First, it puts some fucking hair on your chest. It burns your nose hairs. It goes down, and you break out a little bit of a sweat after you down it, and you feel pretty good after. And a few minutes later, as the conversation of the day goes on, you begin involuntarily just hearing people around you just start talking and sharing thoughts that you so wish that they would have kept out of your head. And now you have to live forever with some of this information that you could have lived without, but perhaps it'll come in handy later.
What does the rosé do?
The rosé, the filter of love potion, and what this does, the next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this, you become charmed by that creature for 1 hour.
We should get a bunch of that and give it to Frank.
Okay, I'm gonna skip that one because I wish it was something I could control, not something that I turn around and there's like a turtle. So I'm good. What's the cognac do?
One is the aged cognac. What it does is when you drink it, you reduce your age by a couple years.
Is that permanent?
No.
Oh.
It only lasts for 1 hour, but you can reduce your age by 1d6 plus 6 years to a minimum of 13 years. The aged Cognac XO is equivalent to a potion of supreme healing. Formula for this one is 10d4 plus 20 hit points.
Oh, geez.
I want that one so I can save it. And can I buy just a regular, like, beer?
The beer doesn't have any effect associated with it, so you can just purchase a regular beer from him after that's done. For some reason, I don't know why. I guess I didn't assume that you guys would buy a beer, so I only have it separated into barrels.
I'll take a barrel.
Okay, it'll be 10 gold pieces for a barrel. It'll be...
How big is the barrel?
It's enough to fill 15 mugs.
It's another container for him.
I will take it.
We can't just keep giving him containers.
I know we can't, but unfortunately the bartender knows no such thing. All right, so that'll cost 10 gold pieces because he can't give you that away for free since that's more than a drink.
I'm gonna rush outside and pour it out.
All right. I'm just gonna say a beer will cost you 1 silver.
Okay.
Savannah, what did you want to drink from the bar? I can list options, or if you have like just something you want to go for, let me know.
I actually recently had absinthe, like, in real life, so let's do that.
All right, so you have absinthe as well, which gives you mind reading. Can drink it now or save it for later.
Doug.
You and Finn at one point just start kind of like, as you guys are talking, you and Finn both go, can we understand each other right now? Like, are we both talking without opening our mouths? And then you just hear the bartender go,
I haven't slept in 4 weeks.
it's just right.
I just look over at her. I send a thought down the line. I'm like, yeah, you never really truly get used to it.
He said send it down the line. I'm just imagining I'm getting a telegram in Morse code in my brain. Does it still contain the wormwood?
I had not thought of that, so I don't know.
It's psychedelic if it does. So am I actually reading minds or?
No, you are
just
actually reading minds.
Oh, cool.
But you might at first question if you're actually doing it or not. It might take you a minute to realize it's actually there.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna just sit there and look really confused for a second and ask the bartender if he's okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Why you ask? And he gives you a 1,000-yard stare that can only belong to a man who needs a vacation for the past 6 years of his life.
I shrug and I look out and I was like, oh, I was just wondering.
Does this man not know what his product does? Like,
The vendors like come in and they're like, hey, so this does this, so you need to be careful about giving it to these type of people. And he's like,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Got it. And yeah,
like a third of it or 2/3 of it just went right out the door.
yeah.
It's like your first day of a new job when you go through orientation, they're like, here, read the employee handbook. And you're like, okay. An hour later, and then they're like, did you read it? And you're just like, yeah. And really, you just took a nap.
When he was training to become a bartender and they gave over what all the inventory does, all he was thinking about was his wife who left him many months before.
Oh, God.
Silas, you are up next to get a free drink from the bar. What you gonna go for?
Yeah, so what was that? The cognac is the 10d4.
Yes, that was the Cognac XO.
Yeah, I'm going to take one of those. And then since I'm sitting by Frank, I'm going to be like, my buddy Frank here is going to take one of those bottles too. And then once the bartender puts the bottle down, I'm going to take it from Frank.
I need you to make a sleight of hand contest against Frank, actually, because he is going to fight you for that shit. Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he's tugging at it, and you're just like, no, and you pluck it from his hands, and he falls off the stool, and he quietly sits back up with his hat stuck over his eyes, and he sits there and crosses his arms. You just hear him go, I hate this place.
I do buy him a beer, though.
I use Mage Hand to pick his hat up properly onto his head, and I pat him on the head.
I think that's a really cool gesture, and I, as the DM, think that's great. I will say Frank does not seem to appreciate it whatsoever. Silas, go ahead and take 1 silver out of your inventory as you buy him a beer, and the mug kind of slides down to him, and he doesn't look at you or anybody. He's just looking dead forward, and he takes it and just starts sipping it, and it's like almost the size of his chest.
There you go, buddy. Welcome to the Dust Fang gang. I pat him on the head.
I would like 2 shots of whiskey.
It's going to cost you 2 gold coins.
Okay.
If this is different than last time, I apologize. This, unfortunately, you cannot take with you. You have to take it now.
I'm doing that.
So it's actually going to be 4 gold coins since it's 2 shots. So
Okay.
So he slides those down to you, and you take them, and you can heal 2d4 plus 2 hit points. I'll try and get these prices more figured out next time, guys. I promise. If anybody has more than 3 drinks, I need to know so you can make a Constitution save for me. Except for, well, Silas would have advantage on it.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and roll that right now then, if that's what you need me to do.
That's fine with me. Go ahead.
You said Constitution?
Yep, need to beat a 13.
There you go.
Yeah, you're fine. No effect. You've just been chugging drinks. You're completely fine. Mr. Henderson, you've been, you got your free drink as well, right?
No, I did.
Okay. Are you lying to me or are you being serious?
No, I did. And all I had was
Okay.
the 2 whiskey that I just paid for.
I think I mistook because you brought the beer.
The barrel
Okay.
of beer, I
So-
did pay for as well.
Yes, you did. So now you have 1 more free. So what are you going to go for?
Another shot of whiskey,
Hell yeah.
because I need the help.
This one you can take with you. This one, he gives you 1 whiskey to take with you for the road.
I drank it right now.
All right, cool. Yep, 2d4 plus 2. Mr. Anderson, go ahead and roll a Constitution save for me.
All right. Hey,
Hey, okay, yep, you're fine. Not even slightly phased. All
I
right.
would like to slide Frank 5 silver and 10 copper so he can buy whatever he needs in town.
You slide it to him and he takes it and he just kind of looks at you with like this quizzical look. He goes, "This for me?"
Yeah, little buddy. It's in case you need to buy anything while we're here in town.
Oh,
Remember, Mr. Henderson's your friend.
at first he wants to challenge that idea, but then like his ear starts itching, and he, you know what, Mr. Henderson, you're all right. He pats you on the back and puts the coins in his pouch, and he gets ready to start walking out the door so he can go to the shops.
I'm gonna go with him because I need to go to the shops as well.
Sebastian, you want to have another drink with me?
Internally, Sebastian's like really struggling with being back in town. And so his like surface level thoughts are kind of like he wouldn't mind another drink, but he's kind of like, how can we come back into town and not even think about the fact that we potentially have like murdered innocent people in a burning building, locked them in, and we came back like a couple of days, if that, later. The remains are smoldering, and we rode back in like we didn't do that. So he's
y'all didn't do it.
He's stewing a little bit, and he's like, yeah, that's fine. And he kind of looked over at the bartender, and then is kind of like looking around to see if there's any particular people that may look like they just escaped a burning building within the past 48 hours.
It's funny that you mentioned that. You turn around to kind of see anyone, and you actually do see the person that you slumbered with the night before, with the same clothes they were wearing that day, but like scorch mark, and they are passed out on the table with a half-empty bottle of bourbon next to them.
I call for a couple of more drinks for me and Sebastian. I'm like, this will help you get your mind off of it, partner.
Sebastian, like, it feels like it crushes him to like pull away from that person, not because he cares that much about that person individually, but because that was something that they had and now they don't, and now they're here, kind of like destitute. And so he kind of like turns back facing, he's just looking at the wall, the shot glasses, the fucking bottles that are half empty and some have flies in them. He's just kind of trying to maintain composure for being here, hoping that the innkeeper does not wake up.
If you're that sad about it, we can end their suffering.
No.
I like pat him on the. I can't really reach all the way up on top of his shoulder that much, so you just see me like pat, like on his shoulder blade, and I'm like, just like I know, partner. It don't bring me no pleasure either. Sometimes just shit happens, man, and just like that one town we went into, and you couldn't really help everybody, and just sometimes that's just how it is. We can't help everybody. We can't shut yourselves too thin, and at the end of the day, we just gotta do what's best for us and the gang, and sometimes collateral damage just happens. But I'm assuming the bourbon has come to us at this point, and I'll slide a glass over to him.
And then JT, hey, while this is all going on, I just want you to know, I went out to the front of the bar or the saloon, and I changed into the governor, the turtle, and I'm trying to put on the most ill-fitting one of my various costume changes I have, and I roll back in and I go, "Oh, barkeep, the heroes, the snow bunnies are still drinking. Give them another round on me, of course."
Make a deception check for me.
Dirty 20.
You'd best be happy because that was also that was the DC. So the man walks over to you and he just says, "Mayor, I can't keep doing this. I can't just be giving out my inventory. I know we're thankful to these folk, but I can't be giving out my inventory for free."
Well, don't worry. We'll take it out of the town coffers, my good man.
I ain't worried about the town coffers. It's my inventory.
Oh, don't worry. We'll fill up your inventory. Just give me a couple of those bottles of that cognac over there. Take care of these fine gentlemen, and I'll be on my way.
Governor, I thought you were trying to quit.
Well, this is for the sheriff. I'm going to thank him for all the hard work he's been doing.
You can't do this to Thomas, Governor. I mean, the poor man's been through enough. I don't think he needs to be taking up hooch in order to fix those problems. They run deep.
Don't you worry. That's something I'll handle, my good man. Here, I'll help you out early, and I put a piece of gold on the countertop there. But there you go. Let me get those bottles and take care of these fellas. We'll get you on the far end. We'll get you paid back. Don't you worry.
I feel like the more you talk, the less you sound like him.
As soon as you say that, the door swings open and the governor walks in and goes, "Barkeep, give me another free rounder." And he stops and the two of you lock eyes. The governor then says, "You know what? I think I've already had a little bit too many schnapps back at the office, Gus. You keep doing what you're doing and I'll just be on my merry way." And he stumbles back out the door and
I go, "Gus, it looks like I had too much to drink already. I'm gonna go ahead and head back to my place." And I start stumbling towards the door,
mimicking his movements and everything.
Mimicking his movements, yeah.
Don't go wandering off. More of Swords and Spurs right after this break on Alta Loom.
Hello, I'm Justin Galliani. And for the low price of $0.00, you can take part in an incredible offer being given by So You Want to Be a DM. This podcast has a compilation of incredible episodes that offer insight into all of D&D's many topics, including other TTRPGs. You can find such amazing hits, such as It's Combat with Combat 101, Fighting 'cause it's combat. And Druid 101. I'm a druid. Monsters 101. We got monsters non-player NPCs 101. NPC. And if you're looking for more, So You Want to Be a DM also has a Patreon, and you can find even more content there, available for free members and members who are participating in some of the tiers available. So, check that out.
Hello, adventurers. It's me, the narrator, keeper of stories, teller of tales, and occasionally professional snack taste tester. Don't judge me. And you are invited to join my favorite bunch of chaotic heroes in the Untold Archives. They fight monsters, they explore ruins, they are obsessed with cuck chairs? Hey, nobody's perfect. It's live, it's loud, it's full of epic quests, ridiculous decisions, and more plot twists than I have tentacles. And trust me, that's a lot. So grab your dice, grab your snacks, and come hang out with us for the Untold Archives. The laughs are big, the adventures are bigger, and I promise you're gonna have a tentacle-slapping good time. Wink. I'll see you in the archives. Wah, 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 wah.
You set sail on an exploratory trade mission from the English colonies in America, bound for China, following a course around Cape Horn, then striking out across the Pacific, island hopping along the way. After months of sailing around the Cape and then west into the Pacific, in a night of particularly bad storms, your ship ran aground on a reef, causing it to break up. You grabbed onto a piece of drifting wood and clung for dear life. Surprisingly, you survived, washing up on the shore of an unknown, uncharted island. You've got nothing but the clothes on your back and your raw wits to survive. Play Stranded and Alone, a play-by-post campaign with Sage Tommy at startplaying.games.
Howdy, gang. It's Andrew, who voices Sebastian Blackwell from Of Swords and Spurs. I know you're patiently waiting for our next episode, and in the meantime, I encourage you to check out Sky Bunny TTV, your favorite Warlock main and full-time Dice Goblin. She's blasting TikTok with hilarious D&D posts, with Nat 1 disasters, Nat 20 glory, and chaos in every role. Follow Sky Bunny TTV because who needs Fireball when you've got Eldritch Blast?
If you're a TTRPG creator and you have a business or content you'd like us to help you promote, you can reach out to us at our socials at Altaloom or contact us at our website, www.altaloom.com.
Hold on to your hats. The adventure's back with Of Swords and Spurs on Altaloom.
What was Sebastian about to say after the stuff I said? You're about to say something before that happened.
Sebastian was gonna take the drink and kind of tilt the glass in his hand some and just kind of eye down the bar and kind of look at everyone and kind of look back to Finn and be like, okay, I appreciate it. Your sentiment is felt. I hear the words you're saying, but it doesn't change the way I feel about things. And he takes the shot, and amongst all the commotion, he just walks by the table with the innkeeper and drops 10 gold in a bag on the table next to him and just walks out towards the town hall or wherever we were supposed to meet him.
I want Mr. Henderson, Silas, and Sebastian to all take inspiration for me.
All right.
I'm assuming Savannah still has the effects of take thoughts on, so she probably, if you're paying attention to my thoughts and all that, you'll kind of feel you'll sense that I feel kind of bummed out because of my conversation with Sebastian, all the shit that we've all been through as a gang, and wondering after he just said what he said, really thinking now is this all worth it, and if what's my legacy, what kind of legacy do I want to leave? Do I want to leave my legacy as a murderer, or do I want to live a legacy as a legend in the Wild West that try to make a good name for himself? And you just see me downing the whiskey.
Wow, that's really deep, buddy.
I look over. I forgot we still had this shit going on in our heads. Sorry, I didn't mean to trauma dump on you unintentionally.
Well, yeah, Savannah has no thoughts in her head, so not really much to go on there. She's thinking about her rat. Just wondering how Jake's doing.
Jake is floating in the glass of the liquor that you got slid towards you.
No, Tinky.
Mr. Henderson, we'll start with you. What store do you go to?
So, first off, the general goods store. That's the only one I know right off the top of my head.
Sure, there's the general store, the blacksmith, the stables. There's also an apothecary. That is currently it. So you want to go to general store?
General store and then the apothecary.
Okay, awesome. Hold on, I told you wrong. There is no apothecary. Sorry, it's a doctor's office.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Almost.
Right. They'll give services, but they don't sell items, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I don't need to go to the doctor's office.
I mean, are you sure?
Yes.
You walk in, once again you see the familiar tall elf, his assistant Lloyd. You think you see Lloyd, really you just see a box with two little halfling legs kind of walking in circles around the store. The elf hears the bell ring and says, welcome back. Didn't think we'd see you in a little while. We saw you all ride out of town. I didn't think y'all would be going on some adventure.
Oh, yes. We had some bounties to pick up. So, you know how it is. I just need to resupply for the group.
Yeah, of course. Well, feel free to help yourself. If you need to look at the catalog, you come on over to the desk and let me know. And if there's anything you need help with, don't hesitate to ask. And he pulls out like a little feather duster and just starts dusting the counter.
All right. Is Frank with me?
Frank is with you. He's kind of stood right next to you, just kind of looking around at all of his options. He actually kind of breaks off from you and begins looking at shelves.
Okay. I don't know what he needs with a shelf, but
he's going to buy himself some rations and he's going to buy some soap.
Who all has a bedroll?
I don't.
I do not either.
Dallas has one.
I have a bedroll.
Okay, I need one. I need 3 bedrolls.
Lloyd, you heard the man? Lloyd drops the crate, which splinters onto the floor, and a bunch of like miscellaneous produce roll out, and Lloyd's like, and stumbles over to begin helping you out, takes the bedrolls. What else are you going for?
I need 10 trail rations. Then I need... How many tins of gunpowder do you have?
He says, good God. He says, I'm going to regret saying what I'm about to say
I
so
know
much.
You're going to.
Well, actually, it's funny you mentioned train came through the other day. We got a bunch.
Oh, there's a bunch?
Yeah, we got a bunch in the back we haven't sold yet.
How many is a bunch?
He walks over to one of the back closets and opens it up, and you can just see tins stacked upon tins, with only a few having been taken from the shelves.
1 gold each. Let me get 15. Are they decent sized? I'm trying to fill the barrel with it.
I mean, 15 would do it for sure.
15? I'll take 15 of them.
Lloyd, the man's even brought his own basket. Go ahead and start loading him up. And Lloyd just kind of starts dumping the gunpowder tins on top of the bedrolls and the trail rations. One of the rations gets crushed underneath, and the man goes, Lloyd, come on now. How many times we've been over the... sir, I'm so sorry. And he goes over and kind of starts help organizing your barrel to make it look a little bit neater. Sir, were you keeping beer in this thing?
Don't worry about it.
All right. Customer's always right, I guess.
Yes, sir. And then 5 flasks of oil.
Are you making a nuclear bomb?
No.
Not a nuclear one, a gunpowder one.
I would like to get a bandana for Frank.
Man says, what color?
Frank, what color bandana do you want?
Frank thinks about it for a second, and I want red. And you notice he had a red bandana before.
All right, well, we'll get him a red one.
The man then goes over to one of the shelves and pulls off a folded bandana and ties it to the side of the barrel.
I think that'll be all.
He finishes kind of getting everything together, and he then reaches underneath his desk. He goes, hold on one moment, sir. And he reaches around. You hear him fiddling around for something. He pulls out a folded sheet of paper and hands it to you, and on it in big letters, it just says coupon with a bunch of fine print. And he just says, this will be good next time you come and visit my shop, sir.
Oh, thank you. Also, I noticed the hotel burned down. What's happening with that?
He looks around. He says, and I see that there's bad business, boy. We still don't know who done it. All we know is we all woke up one morning and the entire thing was burning to a crisp. And he looks aside and he sees Lloyd, who's kind of standing at attention. And he says, Lloyd, go get me another tin of gunpowder. And Lloyd goes, And Lloyd stumbles over, and then when Lloyd goes in the closet, he slams the door behind Lloyd, and you just hear the door handle jiggling. Truth be told, feller, we all thought it was you. We all thought it was you and your little merry band of misfits, and he looks around and says, well, apparently they got other theories going on. Some people think it's sabotage. Some people think it's old family disputes, but there's a lot of talk around town. Truth be told, if y'all hadn't walked in with that head, I have a feeling y'all would be looked on a lot less favorably when you walked in here.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. We're filled with good deeds. All we want to do is help people. I don't know why we would burn down a hotel. I mean, did anybody live we maybe could question and find out who did it?
Well, only two people who made it out of the building in time who were in there were Logan and Penny.
I start scribbling down their names.
You jot it down.
What do they look like?
Describes Logan as the person you saw passed out at the table in the inn. Then Penny was the person who, I mean, you didn't see her, but you kind of pieced together she was the person knocking on your door to come and clean your room with the dead body in the closet.
Okay. So she's got to go.
I knew this was about tying up loose ends. He's going to know, though. If these two people turn up missing, it's going to confirm his suspicions that it was us.
Most certainly.
Well, who's going to believe him?
Who's going to believe him? A pillar of the community. over the clown who just wrote in today.
So we smear his reputation.
He's role-playing his character very well.
No, I respect it. No, I respect the hustle. That's why I'm scared. Yeah, between you and me, I'd be careful going around talking about that. You never know who's listening, and these folk are looking for somebody to blame. They're itching for it. Actually, I'd be real careful if I was you. Just, I'm not saying nothing. Just, keep it close to your chest.
At least with Killer Clark dead, there's one less bad person in the world.
Hey, I'll drink to that. I don't have any drinks on me right now, but I would drink to that.
Maybe you give me a gold and I can go down to the bar and get us one.
Nah, I don't drink on the job.
Maybe I'll see you after work. My smile kind of fades. I stare into his eyes.
There is a beat and silence. The silence is broken by the sudden opening of the door as Lloyd kind of just kicks it open, and he stumbles around and you just hear him go, I hate it when you do that. So Sebastian is headed towards the governor's office. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before y'all head that way?
Nope, let's go.
I'm down for going. I'd like to set up my barrel.
Okay.
With 15 tins of gunpowder, I set a cow trap, and I'll also throw the dynamite in there.
So you just kind of dump all your stuff into this barrel?
It's just fucking shrapnel.
Yeah, shrapnel.
God, I hope nobody shoots your barrel.
Oh, I would also like to distribute the rations to everybody. Everybody can take 2.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Henderson. I'd give you inspiration if you didn't already have it.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson.
And the bedrolls.
I just realized I forgot. I have a 13-pound food bag.
Well, now we have plenty of food.
You guys all kind of head on down to town hall. Sebastian is the first one to get there, kind of just leaning up against the railing, watching the people walk by. As you're standing there, Sebastian, waiting, the sheriff actually exits the town hall, just kind of looks to you and nods without making any noise, and then continues walking down the street. And you see him disappear into a crowd, and then out of the crowd appear the rest of the party. Mr. Henderson with a barrel full of explosives strapped to his back. I don't know what outfit Silas is currently in.
I'm back in my everyday cowboy.
Oh, okay. You're back to default.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And then Savannah and Finn.
As soon as I approach Sebastian, I look up at him like, you all right, partner?
Ichi.
As you guys walk in, a female dwarf with blood red hair, carefully groomed. She's got a lovely dress on, and she's sitting at a little desk right next to the door. She sees you walk in, and she goes, hello, do you have an appointment?
Yeah, we're here to see the mayor. He told us to come find him.
Right. I know who you are. Yes, he's up in his office right now. You can just go upstairs, take a left, and it'll be the door on the very end of the hallway. As you look to the stairs, you notice this place has about 6 guards currently on the ground floor and 1 heading upstairs to the right. Aside from that and the secretary, there are currently no other people on this level of the town hall. There is a nice elegant rug that connects the front door to the staircase. Some paintings hung up on the wall. There is a nice little chandelier that dangles from the ceiling. This place is very clean. This place is very prim and proper, and you guys have never felt more out of place.
Like Sebastian is kind of looking around and goes, so that's where their tax dollars are going.
Very perceptive of you. You walk up the stairs and you walk down to the end of the hall. There is one guard standing outside the door you were told to go to with a rifle in his hands, just kind of stands there. He looks at y'all and nods. And as you walk into a large and empty and unfeeling office. There's large mismatched furniture, decor that is so unbelievably gaudy, a messy desk, a bookshelf full of books collecting dust. There are 2 guards standing inside the room at the door, and at the opposite end of the room, right in front of a big open window overlooking the town. I say open window, the curtains are drawn, but the window is currently closed, but he can see out into the town, and the town can see the back of him, is the governor. He's sat there scratching away on a sheet of paper, and he sees you come in and he goes, "Oh, hey guys, and he sets his pen aside and he says, "No, come on in, make yourselves at home." There are 2 sofas that sit opposite each other with a wooden coffee table in the center, and he says, "Y'all can take a seat wherever you like. Feel free to kick back and relax. I'm glad y'all made it up here. It's I hope y'all forgive I didn't have a whole lot of time to clean, as you can see."
I just sit on the floor.
You just sit, plop on the floor.
Yeah. Take my shoes off.
I like her. See, that's a woman who enjoys the simpler things in life. She don't need no furniture to support her. Just makes herself comfy wherever. I love that.
I take a seat on one of the couches.
Finn, you plop down on the sofa and it's itchy. The fabric is kind of like very overstimulating. You kind of adjust yourself into like a correct posture, but no matter which way you adjust yourself, there's no way to sit comfortably on this thing. The governor then says, "So, I bet y'all want to get paid."
Yes, sir.
Sounds about right.
He ducks underneath his desk and he pulls on a drawer, which from the sound of it glides effortlessly open, very satisfying. Hear him fiddle around with something and he takes out this heavy leather pouch bound with a string and he plops it on the desk in front of you guys. And he says, "There you go. That's going to be 1,000 gold. Go ahead, count it out. That's 1,000 gold. That's for Killer Clark and all his men. Now, I got a question for y'all. What about the hostages? What happened to them?"
Unfortunately, sir, they met an untimely demise. Killer Clark was not so gracious in letting them go as we tried to negotiate with him first. He shot him dead right in front of us.
The governor adopts a very serious face, and you can tell that a smile has basically been burned onto his face from all these years of politics, but he tries to adopt a more serious composure, and he nods silently at you, and he says, "Well, I appreciate you being honest with me. See, I think that's one of the key principles to life." He looks at the rest of you and nods. He goes, "Honesty, I like that." And he says, "Now, unfortunately, that means I can't give y'all a bonus for the hostages rescued." And he holds up a finger and says, "However, I thought I'd invite y'all up here because how would y'all like to make a little more money?"
I look at everybody. I'm like, I don't mind a little bit more gold, but didn't we say we were going to go check on the gang after we did this here job?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind taking another job up, but we got to go check out the gang first, and then we can do the job.
Yeah, I do have a question, Mr. Mayor. Do you have a bounty out on a couple of brothers?
Aarakocra.
He thinks for a second. He just goes, "I don't think I do." And he pulls out a ledger from underneath his desk and he slaps it down onto the desk, and it makes all the objects on it lift off of the desk for like a split second before dropping back down with its loud thump. And he starts flipping through pages and he looks and he says, "No, got nothing here about no Aarakocras. Why?"
Just curious. We can, we'll obviously give you the bodies of the hostages. We brought them back to be buried by their families. But yeah, you can give us some details about this money-making opportunity.
Of course, and I appreciate that. That's responsible. Y'all. That is. Their families will thank you. We'll be sure to mention that y'all did that because that's very heroic, all of you. Now, here's what we got going on. I was going to ask the sheriff to look into this, but y'all, truth be told, the sheriff ain't worth shit. He just sits there in his office all day, twiddling his thumbs, pulling on his dick, He don't get nothing done.
God, I wish that was me.
Oh, God.
Excuse me. Sorry.
The governor then says, "We got a problem. I'm sure y'all saw the end, didn't y'all?"
Yeah, yes, sir.
Now, see, we didn't know who did it at first. But while these past couple days, see, I had some boys do some digging, and we got ourselves a rustler. I need everybody I'm going to go by the order of who I'm seeing everybody in Discord right now. So I'm going to go, Sebastian, go ahead and roll a d12 for me. Okay, next up. Finn, go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
Oh, shit. All right.
So many points of damage were all taken.
Yep. That's going to be a 1.
If you were going to ask me to roll deception, I was going to say I'm going to put myself at disadvantage because I'm not going to lie.
You screamed it was Mr. Henderson. I let off the bomb and we all died. Champagne over.
Mr. Henderson, go ahead and roll a d8 yourself for me.
D8. A 4.
A 4. Okay. And now next up, Silas, go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
3.
3. Okay. And then last up, Savannah, I need you to roll a d100 for me.
Did I do it? Did I win?
You won the game, guys. Campaign over.
You won D&D.
The governor says, "We got ourselves a rustler traveling east. He stopped in town last week. Gone the day the inn burned down. He's most likely our culprit. He's, I'm going to tell you guys the person that you all collectively rolled. He's a dwarf, and he is a charismatic son of a bitch. He commands a loyal gang, and he's got a hell of a silver tongue. He can convince a desert worm to sell all the sand that it burrows under. He's a desperate sort, acting out. He thinks he's making a statement about survival. And, well, we believe he's the one who done come to town, burned our inn, and made himself scarce. We believe he's, right now, at a camp not too far away from town. Some of the boys went out, did some investigating for me. Had a merchant come by this morning to give me some more information. He's not too terribly far away, but truth is, I don't got any resources I can spend on taking this fella out. So, would y'all be interested in collecting a $1,000 bounty on Mr. Jamie Granger for me?
Sure.
Governor smiles and says, "See, that's what I love to hear. Y'all a bunch of go-getters. That's what I'm talking about. I knew I could trust you. I knew when you walked in, I was like, there's some folk who know how to get some shit done. And was I wrong? No, I wasn't. And I love that because I'm never wrong." And he nods and he says,
Never. Definitely that guy. He did it.
100%, dude.
He's infamous, but he's also elusive. Now, listen, capturing him alive, that ain't necessary, but I need proof of their death. Head, a distinct mark, and just something that you can bring back to claim the bounty. Listen, he got a small band of followers with him. Not too many, about 2 to 4, but, well, they're riding with him, so as far as I'm concerned, they're wanted criminals. I'll give you a little bonus if you take all of them out, too.
What's his gang called?
He pauses dramatically.
It's the Sinaloa Cartel.
They're called, and he holds up his hand and pauses. And right as you're about to say, they're called what? He says, the Dust Veil Shadows.
Oh, they too similar to our name. We gotta kill.
Before we hunt these guys down, we still got to go check on our own
camp.
Yeah, of course. Listen, y'all go do what you got to do. I'm not asking you to put your lives on hold for our here town because I understand that y'all got things you need to take care of. But while you're out, once you get through taking care of your affairs, go check on that for me. And obviously we'll want some haste. There's no telling what time he'll move more out east. He might be trying to distance himself and get away from the town before he's found out. But I ain't gonna ask y'all to put your life on hold for me. Governor Gideon, I'm afraid I didn't get y'all's names. And he reaches out his gross, like, pale, meaty hand to shake somebody's hand.
We're the Dust Veil. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, you might as well write it down, remember it. There's some reason it's often forgotten or mixed up with other people.
Of course. And he takes out his pen and he just goes, Dust Bang Gang.
No, Dust Fang. DUSTFANG.
DUIC. I see.
I mean, I'm a wizard that has to write spells in a spell book, so I can write. You only write it down for your partner.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you could, just write it down on this line right here.
Wait. Make sure that we're not signing something.
Line of what? Line of what? Hold on.
Yeah, as I say, before I do,
Sebastian grabs Finn's hand. If he's writing on paper, I want to see the paper first.
And in the meantime, I want to go with the Dust Fang gang, but this is Frank, and then I wet Willie Frank.
Yeah, Frank is our fearless leader. So if anything happens with us, it's his fault.
You take the piece of paper away and you kind of organize it and face it towards you. It says, this document hereby certifies the undersigned parties to agree to perform the duties as outlined by the office of the governor, Bonewater Gulch, in service of upholding the peace and prosperity of the community. Signatories commit to scope of work, conduct, compensation, liability, non-disclosure. Each of these break off into their own dull paragraphs. And then right where it says the signature line, it says party representative, and then a blank. And then underneath it says witness by, and then under that blank is a poorly scribbled Governor Gideon McSweeney.
I don't think we should sign this form. I'm just throwing it out there.
We said we'd check up on it. We don't want to
be contractually obligated to anything.
Well, you said it was within our own, time frame, and if we don't happen to finish it within that time frame, I'm not going to let us be held liable for that. So we'll do this for you. But with the same expectation as we stand here, man and woman and everyone else, you have our word. And Sebastian then does extend his hand to shake on it.
He shakes yours as well. His hand is cold. It feels gross to touch. It's just
Sebastian's glad he has a glove.
Yes, most definitely. And even then you wipe it off on your coat when you're done.
Yeah.
And the governor then just says, of course, listen, I understand paperwork intimidates me too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to waive this part right here. And he flips the paper around and he draws a line through party representative in the blank signature. And he writes that next to it a little acronym. And he goes, now y'all ain't obliged to do anything. Do within your own time. I'm willing to cooperate here.
He's so nice. I almost feel bad about not burning down the hotel.
The governor then takes the piece of paper and just kind of slides it to the side of his desk, then takes the ledger he was reading and then plops it on top. He looks up and he says, now, I'm sure y'all got a lot on your plates, but I want to make sure everything's crystal clear. Y'all got any questions for me before we depart, as I suppose they say?
No?
Well, Dust Fang Gang? Am I saying that right?
Yes, finally.
All right, the Dust Fang Gang. I like it. You guys all turn heel. You go ahead and walk outside. We see just a shot of the door, and as the last person leaves, the governor just kind of sits back in his chair, watches, and he slides the piece of paper out from underneath the book, balls it up, and then tosses it in a trash can nearby. Kind of turns his chair around to look outside, and he puts his hands behind his head and just takes a deep breath, taking in the scenery of his town. You all begin to mount up your horses, saddle them, and prepare for your journey back to camp to see if there are any survivors. Finn.
Yes.
You are saddling up your wolf, getting the bags and everything situated, and then you begin to feel another coughing fit come on. You begin to feel a little bit lightheaded, and even though it's out in the hot desert sand, you begin to feel a little cold, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, okay. Oh my god, I rolled a nat 20 and a 5.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Shit. Okay, yeah. So you begin just coughing aggressively, and you kind of prop your hand up against your wolf. Your wolf kind of whimpers a little bit and gives you a look, like asking you in that animal way if you're going to be all right. And you take your hand away to wave him down, but then you notice that the hand you were coughing into has blood on it. And then you stumble backwards and you hit the back of your head on a wooden stoop of one of the stores. And you panic in that last minute because the gang has already headed outside of town, and you are basically falling unconscious alone in the streets of Bonewater Gulch. You wake back up, you blink as your vision is fuzzy, and as you adjust your gaze, you realize you are no longer in the amber glow of the sunset on the sand of Bonewater Gulch. You are in a dimly lit office, laid out on a bed. A female tiefling with lilac skin, dark horns. She walks up to you and says, "Well, welcome back to the land of the living, bud. How you holding up?"
Land of the living? What you mean I was dead?
She wipes the hair from your forehead and puts the back of her palm against your forehead, and she goes, "Well, I wouldn't quite say dead, at least not right now. We thought you were for a moment. We saw you take a hell of a beating back there in the back of your head," and she kind of turns her head and kind of massages the back of your skull, and you feel a little dent back there. Awful dangerous to be traveling your condition. How long you had it?
Back to our camp, wherever that is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say where you headed. I said how long you had it.
Had what?
She looks at you for a second and she just kind of goes, "Oh, honey, don't tell me you don't know."
Obviously I don't. What are you insinuating?
Takes a deep breath and she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a little handkerchief and says, you know, I've been in this office for now 15 years now, and you'd think after a while you'd grow numb to stuff like this, but it never gets easier." She hands you a cloth, and then she stands up, puts her hands in her pockets, and turns away from you and goes, "You got waist and veil syndrome, kid."
What? I just started coughing.
Cough into the handkerchief. Cough into the handkerchief.
I put it up to my mouth. I just started hacking into it.
It's aggressive, and you almost feel like chunks of your throat are coming out with how aggressive this coughing fit is, and you gasp for breath. And she looks at you and just with the most sad expression and shakes her head, and she goes, "You got waist and veil syndrome. You ever heard of it?"
No.
Damn, son, I was hoping I would not have to be the one to give you this diagnosis. Shit. She then walks over next to you as you're kind of sat up in your bed, and she sits down next to you and says, "They call it that because it's it's like a veil of a shadow that kind of creeps over you. Basically what it is." And she goes through a lot of medical jargon, and you slowly feel out what she's getting at. She never says this, but basically what she tells you is, it's fatal. You're dying.
Is there some kind of cure? I mean, some kind of magic or something like that can get rid of it?
Unfortunately, son, not that we know of. There's very, very few cases of it that have ever been documented, and no survivors. I'm sorry, I can't imagine what you're feeling right now.
I started like coughing a little bit again, hold up the handkerchief to my mouth and put it the handkerchief. I'm like, how long I got?
She shouts out and she goes, "Philip, get the boy some water, will you?" And you hear a muffled, and she looks and says, "That depends. How long is your handkerchiefs look like that?" And she nods towards the blood that has kind of splattered across the white cloth.
This seems to be a first I've really noticed this much.
Well, son, then I got some good news for you. It might be the only good news you'll be getting out of this whole visit. And finally, then Philip walks in with a little wooden cup full of water, and she hands it to you. And she goes, "Drink up. You need to keep up. You need to stay hydrated. If you've only just started noticing the blood recently, that means that the bacteria has just begun to start working its way through your system. It'll grow, and eventually it'll start, getting within your vital organs. And that's when things will get a little bit harder for you. But it's a slow spreading disease, and even though we can't get rid of it, that does at least give you some time. I'd say you've got, most people don't find out till it's too late and they don't have a whole lot of time. But if you're just now noticing it, I mean, you're one of the earliest cases that I've ever known. Don't mean it hadn't happened multiple times before, but it's the first time I've read of it. So I'd say you got about 6 months to get your affairs in order.
6 months, huh?
I'd say so. God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, man.
I'm just, Finn's like thinking to himself, like, he doesn't understand how he couldn't have had the foresight on this.
Yeah, that actually messes with you a lot because this came as such a surprise.
He just takes a moment, wipes his rest of the blood around his lips, and he looks at her and is like, he thanks her and like, thank you very kindly for your help. I best be getting back to my gang.
Yeah. You got any family, fella? Anyone you can maybe go visit?
No worth mentioning.
God, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Listen, I ain't gonna charge you. I've never seen this kind of I've only ever read about this and never seen it in person. So I wouldn't even know what to charge you. So I'm not gonna take money out of your pocket for giving you a due date.
I hold up a hand to stop her and I place a gold coin on the bed or something. I'm like, just for your trouble.
Take a moment to thank the divine judge. How lucky you are. There's a lot of folk who would wish to have more time.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people that had this wish they never got in the first place. And I closed the door behind me.
You close the door, you walk out into the streets, and it's only been a little bit. It's probably been about less than half an hour since you passed out. And you take a deep breath. You're sure that the rest of the gang is going to come check on you pretty soon. You have just a moment to describe what is going through Finn's head before he joins up with the rest.
As mentioned earlier, when Savannah was like reading his thoughts and all that, about how he was worried about how his legacy would be left, he just starts thinking about that and like how he wants to be remembered and like how he wants to continue the legacy and basically be there for his found family even after he's gone. So he's just like brainstorming on like how he's gonna do that and debating on if he's going to tell any of the gang. He might tell Sebastian because this is kind of like his best friend or whatever, but he still doesn't know. He has a lot to think about.
Your wolf companion kind of walks up to you with its mouth hanging open, its tail wagging, and kind of nuzzles you and licks your elbow.
I ruffle him behind the ears.
You ruffle him behind the ears, and you notice that the back of your hand is a little bit bonier than you remember. And now you finally notice that you've actually lost a bit of weight over the past little bit. You're not quite sure. I mean, you eat really good. You don't exactly try to watch what goes in and out of your body, but you're notably skinnier. And you take a moment to just let the situation sit. We cut to a shot of the church bell tower in the middle of Bonewater Gulch. It moves, and right before the bell can sound, that's where we will cut it.
Of Swords and Spurs, game mastered by JT Fondren, featuring Alex Arndt as Mr. Henderson, Andrew Bloodworth as Sebastian Blackwell, Joshua Nix as Finran Shortfoot, Will Russell as Silas Rattlespur, Zara Morte as Savannah Black. Theme song composed by Ben Swiven. Cover art by Devi Simeon. Logo by Kakari Chi. Special thanks to Lady Tiefling, D10 Dimensions, and Galliant Knight Games for their loot tables. Music and sounds used under proper license. Be sure to find us on social media at AltaLoom and leave us a review.
AltaLoom, adventures too big for the table.